Picture this. A brand new coin drops. Within just a few days, it shoots up more than 20 times in price. People are freaking out, Twitter's blowing up, and suddenly everyone's asking the same question. Should I get in? That's exactly what's happening with a project called ASTER. But before you even think about touching it, you need to know what it is, why people are so hyped about it, and, most importantly, what the risks are. So in this video, I'm going to break it down for you step by step. By the end, you'll have a clear picture of whether ASTER is something to watch, or just another hype coin that could crash as fast as it pumped. So first things first, what even is ASTER? ASTER is a project that launched in September 2025. It's what's called a decentralized exchange for perpetual futures. Now, I know that sounds complicated, but let me explain it simply. Normally, if you buy Bitcoin, you actually own some Bitcoin. You can hold it, send it, or sell it. That's called spot trading. But with futures trading, you're not buying the actual coin. You're making a bet on whether the price will go up or down. And with something called a perpetual contract, there's no expiration date. You can hold the bet open as long as you want. So what ASTER's trying to do is build a place where people can trade these contracts without needing a big centralized exchange like Binance or Coinbase. Instead, it's all run on the blockchain, which means it's decentralized. And that's the big pitch. ASTER wants to be the go-to place for traders who like to use leverage, bet on price moves, and do it all without trusting a middleman. Alright, so now you know the basic idea. Let's talk about why people are suddenly obsessed with it. There are a few big reasons why ASTER exploded out of nowhere. Reason number 1, the price pump. When ASTER launched, the price of the token started at just 8 cents. Within days, it rocketed to more than $2. That's over a 2,700% jump. Imagine turning $100 into a couple thousand in less than a week. That kind of move grabs attention fast. Now, of course, whenever you see that kind of pump, there's always a risk of a dump. And we've already seen ASTER's price swing wildly up and down. But the point is, the crazy gains made people look. Reason number 2, massive trading volume. ASTER didn't just pump in price. People are actually trading on the platform. In fact, it quickly reached billions of dollars in daily trading volume. That's not just small fry speculation. That's real capital moving in. Reason number 3, big backers. Here's where it gets interesting. ASTER was launched through something called CMC Launch, which is part of CoinMarketCap. And CoinMarketCap is owned by Binance, the biggest exchange in the world. Even the former CEO of Binance, CZ, has commented on ASTER, saying positive things about its liquidity. So, while ASTER is technically decentralized, it clearly has some very powerful connections behind it. And finally, reason number 4, competition. There's already another project called Hyperliquid that dominates this space. But within just days of launching, ASTER started matching and even beating Hyperliquid in daily trading volume. That's like a new coffee shop opening on the corner and instantly outselling Starbucks. So you can see why the hype train is full speed right now. Okay, but let's put this in perspective. Hyperliquid, the main competitor, has been around longer. It has its own custom blockchain, it's super fast, and traders already trust it. Think of it like the established veteran. ASTER, on the other hand, is the flashy newcomer. It works across multiple blockchains, Ethereum, Solana, Binance Chain, Arbitrum, and it's offering aggressive incentives to attract users. So the question is, will ASTER just be a short-term pump, or does it actually have what it takes to go head-to-head with the big players? The answer depends on a few things: how much liquidity it can maintain, whether it can keep its users happy, and, honestly, whether the hype can last. Now, let's slow down and talk about something every beginner absolutely needs to understand: tokenomics. When a new coin launches, the team usually keeps a big chunk of the supply. Early investors get another chunk, and then the community gets the rest, often through things like airdrops or launch events. For ASTER, about 8 to 9% of the supply was released right away to airdrop participants. The rest will unlock over time. Why does that matter? Because whenever more tokens unlock, there's a chance that early holders will sell to take profits. And when a lot of people sell at once, the price drops. So even if you see the price pumping, remember, unlocks are like little time bombs that can cause sudden dips. Another risk is concentration. If only a few wallets hold most of the supply, then those wallets can control the market. They can pump it by holding or dump it by selling. That makes the token very volatile. And volatility is the key word here. Since launch, ASTER has already crashed 30% in a single move. That's normal for new tokens. But if you're a beginner, it can be a scary ride. So the golden rule: don't invest more than you're willing to lose, especially with a brand new project like this. Now, if you're curious about ASTER and you want to follow it, here are a few simple things to keep an eye on. Number 1, trading volume. If volume stays high, it shows people are actually using the platform. If it drops, the hype might be fading. Number 2, token unlocks. Check the schedule to see when big batches of tokens are coming onto the market. Number 3, wallet activity. If the top holders start dumping, that's a red flag. Number 4, real partnerships. If ASTER announces integrations, listings, or technical upgrades, that's a good sign. If all you see is hype tweets and memes, that's not as strong. And number 5, regulation. Because ASTER is all about trading derivatives, there's always a chance governments could step in. If rules change, that could affect the whole project. Now, if you're brand new to crypto, and this is literally the first time you're even hearing about ASTER, here's what I'd tell you if we were just sitting down having a coffee. Number 1, start small. Seriously, don't dump your whole paycheck into this thing. If you're curious, test it with a tiny amount, just enough to learn how it works. Number 2, don't chase pumps. If you see the price just spiked, that's usually the worst time to buy. Be patient. Markets always cool off. Number 3, do your own research. Please don't just jump in because TikTok or some random influencer said this coin is the next big thing. Dig in for yourself, even if it's just the basics. Number 4, have some rules for yourself. Decide ahead of time. If it doubles, are you taking profit? If it drops by half, are you cutting your losses? Don't let emotions control your decisions. Number 5, remember taxes. Yeah, not fun, I know. But if you make gains, the taxman might want a slice. Don't ignore that. And finally, the big one: never invest money you can't afford to lose. I know it sounds cliche, but it's the number 1 rule in crypto. Because here's the truth: crypto can be super exciting. It can feel like a rocket ship. But it can also be brutal if you don't manage your risk. So if you're going to play the game, play smart. So here's the bottom line: ASTER is one of the most talked about new coins of 2025. It's made a huge splash. It's got massive backing, and it's already competing with the biggest names in decentralized trading. But it's also risky. It's new, it's volatile, and its future isn't guaranteed. So, what do you think about ASTER? Share your thoughts down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you.